Hi, welcome to the very first video of 2025 here on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. How do I explain what's happened over the last 24 hours? Actually, let's start with the first week of the year. I'm coming to you live from Phetchabun. It's a town about 4 and a bit hours north of Bangkok, depending on who's driving. Here at Battle Conquer, doing the wellness retreat, training Muay Thai, doing a bit of yoga. Brought in the new year with a 7-day raw detox just to get things going. So I was eating nothing but fruit and raw food for the first week. Let me tell you, that was tough. I love my food and that was extremely difficult. But now back on the cooked food, training hard, training well, getting ready for a massive year ahead. Coming here for me is something that I use to just sharpen up the mind, sharpen up the body and the soul, and get ready for, what's always going to be a tumultuous experience following the footy, following the Carlton Football Club, which we'll get into shortly. And so, really grateful to be here and looking forward to getting stuck into 2025. I was supposed to make a video the other day. I was planning on making a video the other day. And long story short, I kept getting distracted. I rode a bike up to a cafe that's further up from here to get some peace and quiet on my own. Found a really good spot to film. Rode my bike back to my room. Realized I'd forgotten or didn't bring my camera. So got my camera, rode back up. Realized I didn't bring my microphone. Rode back. Realized the microphones were dead. So it wasn't to be. And the reason why I'm saying that is because on the way back, I was thinking, you know what, maybe I don't need to force a video. Something will happen and I'll know when it's time to make a video and when there's news to cover or when there's something to talk about. I've been thinking about what's the first video, what are we gonna do, what's the first theme? The first thing that came to mind was, those players that you forget, or the ones that you shouldn't forget about. So the video was going to be titled, don't forget about ... And I guess we can still talk about that shortly. But never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be starting a calendar year talking about a president's dick pic on Twitter. Never in my wildest dreams. I've come to learn that you can expect absolutely nothing in this life, or expect anything. And this club just always has found a way to surprise us. And so I guess the first bit of news that comes out of the Carlton Football Club, or that is related to the Carlton Football Club, is that our president's Twitter account, X account, was allegedly hacked. And we had the pleasure of looking at his scrotum. Was it his? Was it not? I don't know. Is it football related? No, it's not. To be honest, when it first happened, I was actually eating my first cooked piece of food. I had a little mini kebab from the market, and I was talking to these guys from Liverpool that have come to train, and I was telling them about the club. And how, there's similarities between Carlton and Liverpool, passionate fan base, a lot of history. We haven't won in a while. Obviously we are Liverpool, in my view, before Liverpool started winning titles again. And 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, guys, by the way, this just happened on Twitter. And they sort of looked at me like, what? So, I don't know. Is it worth speculating over? It is what it is. It happened. I think my first reaction, however, ultimately, I do think my first reaction was really? What are we doing here? What are we doing having this happen? Is this just an anomaly? By the way, he wasn't hacked. There's absolutely no way he was hacked. There's just no way. There's no way you get hacked and you have access to your account 12 or 13 minutes later to post a tweet. It was either a targeted... You can call it hacked as if someone was having access to his phone, but there's just no way. So it's a blunder. it's a big blunder. It's either targeted to expose something, but yeah, stranger things have happened. I get, actually no, stranger things have not happened. This is the strangest thing that I think we've seen in our time. So we start the year with a bit of a laugh, because I think that's all you can really do. Just laugh about it. You can't be going Jared Waitley, taking it too seriously like he was on Twitter with the fake meme. Otherwise, like, it's the internet. You have to embrace the internet for what it is. Can't take yourself too seriously. And yeah, so we start with a bit of a humiliation ritual, we'll call it. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we can only go up from here. Am I happy that it's happened? No, of course I'm not happy that it's happened. I'm laughing just more so because this is just yet another, part of the story of just being constantly humiliated as a supporter of the club, and things happening that humiliate me and humiliate us. So look, hopefully it resolves itself. I just do not believe for 1 second that is a hack. I don't know. I guess when you grow up with the internet as a teenager, you sort of know how this stuff works, and there's too many links, like the person working for Bupa, the sponsor, like there's too many links. Also recognize that belly, that is a Luke Sayers stomach. Took me back to when I was 16. I was volunteering at a law firm, and I was reading through this book of photos of this criminal matter, and I saw like this dead body, and it was the autopsy. It took me back to there. So anyway, that's that. Speaking of sponsors, given that Bupa is a sponsor of the club, I want to welcome some sponsors back to Blue Abroad for 2025. So Mr. Cabinets is back. Mr. Cabinets will be sponsoring the team show once again. Horizon Finance Group is back, be sponsoring the rating show. The Cheer Squad will be sponsoring the previews this year. We'll be also promoting their raffles every week, so keep a lookout for that. So really grateful to have all three already signed up for 2025. If sponsorship is something that you or your business could have some value exchanged from, please get in touch. Happy to have a conversation, and we'll go from there. And then we'll go back to where my first thought for this video was, and that is about the looking at 2025 and what it's going to be and where are we at as a footy club. And I guess that's the question I want to leave this video with. Like, let's start really thinking about 2025. Now, I guess I could ask, like, what do you want to see for 2025? But we all really want to see the same thing. We all want to see it all come together. We want to see a premiership team form. We want to see it all. But I guess, what are the steps to getting there? So that's the first question for 2025. Leave a comment below. Like, what in your mind do we need in order to really go all the way? I know that the conversation around health has been there, but given the context of what we have with everyone on the list right now, and I think the health is in a pretty good state as it stands right now. Maybe it's a blessing that we get a dick pic instead of an injury as our first piece of news for 2025. But what, in your view, is in your mind as to what's important for us to really take that next step forward? I've thought about it. I don't know the answer. I don't think any of us know the answer. It's all questions at this point. But definitely, I guess some consolidation of this stability that we seem to have had over the last few years. We go into this year with, I think it's about 16 players out of contract. So you kind of know, change happens at the end of every year. So you kind of know that change is coming with that many players out of contract and wanting to capitalize on, I guess, the window now. I would only assume that the club feels and everyone feels that this group is one that can win it. So if that's the case, then you sort of go in and you make moves for that. It is a balance between winning now and winning for a long time. So yeah, I'm only just starting to really think about it as to what 2025 will have in store for us. But I guess that's for you to chat about in the comments below. What's a pass mark? What's a pass mark for 2025? can you really expect a premiership? I don't think you can. I've currently been having internal dialogue about, process, outcome, and, as a fan, ultimately, the outcome is what we're looking for. However, there is an appreciation for the process and the journey too. So there's that. Those are my initial thoughts, and we'll go from there. Welcome back. Looking forward to covering another year with you all. Looking forward to getting stuck into the training. I've got 5 more weeks left, 6 weeks total, and looking forward to presenting, the best version of the channel that we've seen. That's the goal every year, just consistently improving on little things and learning a lot about ourselves and our club and all the ups and downs and everything in between that happens, and trying to make sense of what it all means and why we even care. And we'll go from there. Speak soon, guys.